guys, my name is Christina and welcome to my channel, and in today's video I wanted to talk to you about creating something that is good enough and why it is still good and enough. What I mean by this is that there is obviously, I'm a major perfectionist. I really like to get my art to the best level possible. I like to get things done as good as possible in my comic and everything, but I am also well aware that being a perfectionist and striving for perfection can be your worst enemy, and that it can prevent you from moving forward. And sometimes not moving forward is the worst thing that you can possibly do, and sometimes you have to follow good enough guideline. I realized to do this for myself with the comic, I had to compromise a little bit, because my story is that I like to draw in photorealistic sort of way. I like to draw as realistic as possible. My idea of good, successful art is making something very realistic. Draw it exactly how it is in the real world. Draw it exactly how it is on the photo. Do it really correct. And for me, when I started drawing a comic, obviously it was not possible, and I had to really downgrade my style to be able to finish it. And this is where this kind of idea came to me. So sometimes, especially when you're drawing a comic, sometimes the point is to finish the page, finish the chapter, finish your whole story, rather than make one page be perfect. And even if you're doing a standalone art, it is very important to finish things. If you're working on something so hard that eventually you end up being disappointed and thinking like, yeah, I wasn't able to get it to the point I wanted, or you think, I'm tired of this, I'm working and I'm tired, I'm bored, I don't want to do it anymore because I was working on it so hard for so long. So if you get to this point that in the end you don't even finish your art because you're trying to get it better, like, it means, I think it is a failure, because if the art is not finished, it does not exist. This is how I personally think. If the book that you're writing, you didn't write, or you abandoned and you didn't finish it, you don't have a book. It's just aspiration that you have, basically. So it's very important to finish something, to have it on your hands, because this is how you can publish it, put it online, show it to people, do something, make it happen. Because art has to interact with the viewers. It's not, if it's just something that artist just does to make them feel better, it's more like a diary effect, right? If you're creating something, it has to be read by someone, it has to be seen by someone. This is the point of art, to create something, to share it with people, to give it to people, and make people interact with it, and maybe bring some value in people's life during this. So in this context, it's very important to complete it, because if it didn't complete, the thing doesn't exist. As far as art is concerned, it doesn't exist. And from this point is also important for you in the sense of your growth as an artist, to put something out there, to get feedback, to do something about it. If, for example, you continue working and you're hoping that something will be done and be perfect, and you're hoping to get it to the stage when it is perfect, and this is why you're not finishing. The thing is, if you're not finishing, you'll never get it to the stage, because not finished thing is nothingness. It's important to finish and give it to people to criticize, because only finished work has any merit. And if you didn't finish it, but you think you're working on this to make it perfect and great, it's not perfect if it's not finished. Like, if not finished, non-finishedness is a flaw, is a major flaw. And also, nobody can judge your work accurately because it's not completed, it's missing parts. It's hard to tell if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, because it's missing ingredients and elements. And it's like, can you judge how good is my car if it's missing a wheel? You cannot tell, because you cannot use it. You cannot experience it in its wholeness, right? The thing is, I don't know, I know that some perfection artists, they maybe don't know that this is okay, but that's okay. When you finish your work and you have the feeling that that could be done better, it is okay. It is actually totally okay, and this is, I think, how it's supposed to work. Every work I finish, I think that part can be done better. I like what I did here, but this can be done better, and this can be done better. The answer is not going and redoing it. The answer is doing it better next time. You learned it already. You learned it while doing your work. Because also as an artist, you're constantly learning and you're constantly improving. That's why every work that you have is also a lesson that you learned. And nobody can learn lesson without making mistakes. Like when we're learning something new, there always will be wrong steps that we take, or at least we'll have not ideal result. So it's perfectly okay. So think about each of your work as just a step to become better artist, to do something better. When I finish my comic pages, there is always a moment when I feel, yeah, I'm proud of what I accomplished because it is a step forward. But also every time I'm like, okay, but this can be done better. And sometimes you understand what can be done better in the middle, but you cannot already improve it without like starting reducing the work that you're already doing. And sometimes you should be like, okay, I see it, but I'm moving forward. That's okay. I'll learn for the next work. And I think it's very important mindset to have overall, because especially I know a lot of artists that messaging me or something like this, they have this problem not finishing works. And obviously I have friends in my real life who have these ideas, aspirations, and they start doing it and they can never finish. They can never go past a certain point. They keep redoing the same scene, or they keep rewriting the same character or something like this. And in the greater scheme of things, it's worse than just doing it the way you can now, because otherwise you have nothing to show. You have no experience of finishing work. If midway you realize that something is not working, I think it's more beneficial to just continue it. Like not working is like completely not working, that something is not working as good as it could. I think it's more beneficial to finish this work and then to just start redoing, because when you finish something that had issue, like maybe didn't work quite as you expected, when the work is finished, you can also better judge your own shortcoming here. So because it's finished and now you can see how it fits in the whole of what you tried to do. So this is it's a short video today, and I just had this thought that I thought I'd share, because this is something that when I work on my comic, this is something that's really important. A lot of the times I finish my page not when I go like, it's perfect. I never do that. Like no page in my comic is perfect. When I finish my comic page, I think it is good enough. It is good enough to my standard. It is not bad at all. I'm proud of some parts. I know what I can improve going forward, which means it's good enough. I have to jump on the next page. This is just something that I wanted to share with you so that you maybe can apply it to your work and start continuing and start finishing your pages, your comic, your works, sharing it with the world, bringing your art to people, and the world gonna be better for it. So I hope this short video was helpful, and I hope you guys are having a good day, and let me know what you think about realizing that something could be done better during the work and how you deal with this. And other than this, I'm gonna see you in my next video. Thank you so much guys for watching.